One day, I'm going to hopefully look back on my life and know that I was given a gift and the ability to go through the journey of medicine and use the knowledge that was given to me to really, truly make a difference.
I remember starting out at the School of Medicine at Columbia, feeling like I've made friendships for life. The 9 of us got together really quickly and became fast friends. And that community has stayed strong throughout the entirety of the program.
First year in the program, one of the things we did was within the first couple of days, we get to come in here to the anatomy lab and kind of see all the patients for the first time. And it's a bit daunting to begin with because you're really not sure what to expect. But I think Dr. Blanc made that the best version of what it could have been possible.
It's probably the hardest 4 months of your life, that first semester of PA school. It wasn't until I got out of it that I was like, wow, it's insane that we just learned all of the human anatomy and physiology and the basis for the rest of our lives and as a provider.
So the first 2 years, it was a lot of studying. You were in the classroom almost the entire time, and it was very easy to forget, hey, one day you're gonna be a clinician, you're gonna be in the clinic. Probably resilience is the key term I would use for our class. We transitioned through COVID. On our clinicals, we transitioned through COVID with that as well.
That whole first semester we were in masks.
In the class?
Yeah, in the classroom.
Honestly, I think the biggest thing for me was realizing that how I had studied in undergraduate wasn't necessarily going to work in medical school.
Studying for 48 hours straight is not going to make me do better on that exam compared to getting a full night of sleep, studying smart, being efficient, teaching it back to somebody else and learning this is what works for me. It's more being efficient with that time and learning to take care of yourself while also still working really hard.
It was 3 days before the first exam, and so I made a group me. And so I went to every single person in the class. I was like, look, do you want to be part of this group me? Maybe we can study later on and we can just start like that. And so once everyone wanted to join the group me. And then it was funny, a few weeks later, they were like, yeah, we were so nervous. We just wanted to make friends in this master's program. I was like, you wanted to make friends in the master's program. I wanted to make friends in the master's program.
The first year, the biggest challenge I had was I did have a death in the family. So my wife, Courtney, she lost her grandmother. I reached out to Dr. Blanc and Dr. Harvey. They were like, hey, we got this, we can help you with this. We'll look at your classes, what you can and cannot miss. Because it wasn't just, it was important to them that I still maintained my studies and made sure that I stayed on track, but also that I had time to mourn and be with my wife and her family. And that meant more than they will ever know. I say the biggest thing that I learned from that is asking for help. And I think that even as an attending, I may have all the knowledge in the world, but I've seen attendings where they needed help and they refused to ask for it. And I've seen attendings who needed help and they asked for it, and it ended up saving a patient's life.
I tell everyone I know who is potentially thinking about going into counseling or any type of field that this program is perfect. I can't speak enough words about it. I get teary-eyed now about to graduate thinking about it.
I remember my time when I first started in the OR, and I was nervous, as a new anesthesia student. But now that I've completed my clinical training, I'm much more confident. I feel very proficient in my ability to deliver anesthesia care to patients.
Not only as a clinician, I feel like I've also grown just as a person. There have been many challenges throughout my time here the past 3 years, and I feel like I came out of it on top.
I think confidence comes through proving things yourself, taking things one day at a time, prioritizing rest, and just believing in myself and knowing that I was going to remember what I studied and not worrying so much about if I was going to remember it, but just continue to get through the material and really focus on learning it for the patients I'd eventually be taking care of.
Throughout the rotation, there are times where you walk away from an appointment and I would say, I connected with that patient well. I feel like I saw them and that I was able to explain things to them well. And I think that I contributed to health in this patient. And that's a really good feeling.
I've always struggled with confidence. So at some point I kind of realized, okay, in 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, I'll be an actual healthcare provider. At this point, I'm just gonna act like it. After a while, I started realizing, okay, I can do this, and I'm doing it, and I'm gonna do it.
If you listen to your patients, you can sometimes find the answers without even putting a finger or running a test on them. So I hope that going into this profession, I'm always advocating for my patients and listening, because it's gonna make me the best provider.
One of my biggest drives has always been healthcare inequality, especially for marginalized persons. So that's what I hope I can bring to the table.
I decided I was gonna go with pediatrics, and this was December of last year. And I said, okay, I'm gonna do pediatrics. I got all my letters of rec. I made my 4th year schedule. I made away rotations to go and audition at different programs I thought I might be interested in, and everything was set. And then the plan didn't happen. I had my OBGYN rotation second to last my 3rd year. So this is about this time last year, like April, May timeframe. And I know the first day I turned to my classmate, it was Andrew De La Hunty, shout out. I turned to him and I said, shoot, I think I really like this. I loved it. Even more than I thought I could. I changed. It was the last day of the rotation, and I told my mentor, Dr. Tomlin, said, I think I want to do OBGYN. And she goes, duh. But then she said, how can we support you? What do you need from me? And she helped me figure it out. I got my 4th year schedule changed. Everybody was super helpful, like guiding me with how to do that. I got my letters of rec, one of them from Dr. Tomlin, and I figured it out. I still did my away rotations. I got that exposure to military OBGYN that I thought was really, really important. And I got interviews, and then I ended up matching, so it worked out well.
One thing I think I'll remember the most is my pediatric rotation. Shout out to Athena and Becca. Appreciate y'all.
One of the most memorable parts of this program for me was the mission trip that I was given the opportunity to go to. Shout out to Tab, and he's the one who allowed me to go on this trip. I'll be forever grateful.
I'm gonna miss Ashley. Ashley has done so much for our cohort together.
I'm gonna miss Maya, because Maya kept our class comfortable. Maya kept our class laughing.
My shout out is Becca Haskell, because she's always my sounding board.
I'd say my shout out is actually Rowan. Outside of my core friend group, and then one reason is like you care about people. So.
Oh, thanks, Joel.
You're welcome.
Dr. Blanc, thank you so much for being my anatomy professor. You were awesome.
Dr. Kevin LeBlanc.
Yeah, he is an angel.
SB, Dr. SB has great sense of humor, and ethical decision-making models have been drilled into my brain.
And Dr. Britt Wilson.
Laura, the school counselor.
Thank you, Debbie, for all of the help that you gave me and support.
Shout out to myself for getting me here. You kind of come into the school not expecting to make a family, but that's just the kind of relationships that you make when you're here at USC.
It was the most challenging few years of my life, but also the most rewarding.
It truly has been a blessing to be here for 4 years and to really grow as a physician.
Without the School of Medicine Columbia, I wouldn't have been able to find my passion for counseling and supporting and empowering people the way I do today.
And it's been like such a great experience. It's been a lot of ups and lots of downs, but my favorite part about the whole program is getting to meet everybody and become friends with all of you guys.
I hope that as I advance and become an attending and eventually one day retire, that the school looks at and goes, we're proud of him. We're proud of what we created. And I hope that I make them and my peers proud. And to say that, hey, I'm from USC School of Medicine, Columbia.
We've done it. Congratulations, guys. I'm really proud of us and all that we've achieved, everything that we've learned, and of the practitioners that we will be.
Class of 2024.
We did it.
We
did it, y'all. Let's high five. See, there you go. Congratulations to everybody.
We're family, whether you like it or not. Congratulations and good luck.
Congratulations, class of 2024.